Hello everyone. In today's session, we will cover one feature available in data management framework. Basically, data management framework or Excel add-in is used to migrate the data or transfer the data from either you can export the data or you can import the data using both the tools. So I have also covered previously about this, but again another session is useful because everybody knows that how to insert a new data or how to update the existing data, but when it comes to deletion of the data, then this feature is also available within DMF, but it is maybe sometime data migration consultant is confused about how to do this. So I will cover the same here. So what we need to do with, we will start with certificates of an employee. So we need to delete the certificates. First of all, we will need to export the data. So we'll go to the workspaces, and within the workspaces you can see data management workspace. You can just click it, go to the export project, or you can directly click the tile above. So I will click it. I can give it a name like PKR. So employee certificates. Okay, so just we need to give a sensible description or meaningful description. Data project operation type is already export. So then we'll add the entity, and we'll pick an entity here, and we will just use the contains filter and just type the word cert, and all the cert type of entities are available. We'll pick certificate competency and we'll just add it. Once we add it, we can close, and we can see here the entity is already added. So if you want to put any filter, so you can go here, just like a query based report, you can put a filter to have a specific certificate type or maybe a party ID. So it depends upon you. For now, I will not put any filter. I will need all the data. So what I will do, I can export now, or I can use export in batch, whatever is feasible for you. If it is, for example, more than 500 records or 1000 records, so you can always go and export in batch. So I will, but for the export in batch, the batch service need to be enabled. Just making sure that batch service is enabled, so I can go ahead, and it is disabled here. For this, I can use the batch operation, so I will turn it to automatic and start it. It is in starting now. Once it is started, you can schedule the entity export in batch. It will take a while. Meanwhile, you can go to the entities here and just export in batch. You can select, and then the project, there will be a task description available, so I can put my initials, PKR, certificate competency export. So then I can choose an empty group here, which must already be assigned to a batch server. Okay, so I will just click OK, and now it shows me in the bar that it is added to a batch queue. And then how I will need to check the execution, just go to the job history, and here it should appear in a moment. So now it is showing me the ended status and target status. So then I can go to the job itself, and now you can see a tick is appearing here, and go to the enhanced view, and from enhanced view you can see a download file option is available. Just click it, and then it will show you the downloaded Excel file. Just open this file. It will contain the data. Okay, just open the file here. You can see the whole data for this entity, that is a certification competency, is available with the start end date, and there are notes as well. Certification type ID and party ID is available. So what we can do is we can go to the human resource module, and in the worker page you can insert the party ID column. Okay, so here you can see there is a party ID column. You can just update it, and this column will appear here. You can just put it beside the name field here. Okay, once it is there, you can just pick the first record, that is 36 number, and just put a filter here. Okay, so then you can go to the certificate competencies here, and you can see there is a CA chartered accountant competency, and start date is mentioned 26th of September 2016. Same start date is mentioned here. For no end date, the system keeps this one 1900, 1st of January 1900. So there are no notes. So these are the records which we have exported successfully. So what we can do is now we will basically need to delete all the records. So for that, what we need to do is we will just save this file as a different name, like name of truncate. Okay, once we save it, so we can then delete all the values, delete the rows, delete entire row. Once it is done, you just need to keep the column name here. Just close this one. Okay, now what we need to do is we'll need to import, we will need to create an import project for importing the data, but this time we'll use a separate option in order to delete the records. So for that, you will just click the import tile here. Okay, give this project a name, PKR cert competency, keep it short, truncate. Okay, then we'll need to add a file as well. Okay, so there is an option here. You can see truncate entity data. So what it will do, before importing, it will delete all the records in the target entity. So we'll need to select this. Okay, so there is a warning that the deletion will occur before importing. Just go to the add file. Okay, it is saying that the information is not valid. So just remove the dot sign. Then source data format will be Excel, and entity name is again the same one. Okay, certificate competency, upload and add the file. Okay, so we have kept this one without any data. Okay, once it is uploaded, edit, just close it. Okay, nothing else, only this option, truncate entity data, will delete the data before importing it. So since we are not importing any data, we are just there is a workaround of without any data. When you import and you mark this, so it will delete all the existing data. So we'll just use this import in batch function now. So batch job is scheduled now. Just keep refreshing until the job is executed. So the job is now executed. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to verify whether the data has been deleted. So we can go to the worker again, the same worker, go to certificate, and you can see there is no certificate. Even you can check any other data from the previous file. Okay, so check the next one, 37, which which had 2 certificates by that party ID. Okay, so I will put this party ID, and now I can go to certificates again, and there are no certificates. Now what we'll need to do is we'll need to import the same data once again. So what we need to do is we'll choose this file this time. Okay, so we'll just close this and go back to our import project, and what we need to do is we don't need to remove the entity each time. Some of the end user, they keep removing the entities, but here we don't need to remove the entities. Instead, what we need to do is go to the import options and choose the re-import option here. This will re-import the file. So we'll just click this re-import option here, and then within this record which is already there, you can just choose upload file, select and browse, and then go to the exactly another file and just upload it. File is uploaded successfully. Okay, and then after uploading this, we can just click import option, and the batch job is scheduled again, and then just keep refreshing it so that the data has been imported once the job is done. Now it is in executing, and it will take a while, and then it will import. Okay, now it is succeeded. Earlier it was showing 81 records in pending, now it is showing 81 in staging, and created 81. You can go back to the previous worker 37 with the party ID 37, go to certificates, and you can see here the certificates are back. It successfully imported. So in this way we have seen how to basically delete the data without importing anything. If you want to delete it, and then you need to just cleanse the data and then import it. So this is the option. So you need to just export the Excel template, and within that template just copy if you want to save a backup of that data, and then delete all the rows, and then import with the truncate option, truncate data entity, that will basically delete all the records in the target data entity. So this is one of the option. There is another option which I will also need to apprise you. So that option is you need to just go to the duplicate tab and go to the exactly same form. So for that, go to human resources. Okay, in the human resources, you can go to the workers and just open the file. Okay, for example, this party ID 37. Again, we need to insert the column with the party ID, because I have not saved the view. Otherwise, if you have saved the view, it would have not gone. Just update, and now party ID is shown. Just put a filter here. Okay, so after filter, you can go to the certificates page here against this employee. So these are 2 certificates. What you need to do is go to the Excel option here, Excel add-in. This is another option how you need to how you can delete the records, but this is through Excel. Sometime it is very slow process, because it is done in chunks of hundreds or whatever you have set up in the Excel add-in. So just open certificate competency, download the file. Okay, once the file is downloaded, go ahead and open the file, enable editing, and there is Office add-in on the right hand side. The applet is being opened. Just sign in as per your user ID and password. Okay, so now all the records are there. Just go ahead and to the design, and if there is any column which is not shown, just display it, although it is not needed for this exercise, but just want to show you there is a notes column as well. Just add it. So the notes is inserted at the bottom, selected field and update it. So notes is also appearing. You can choose done and then refresh. It will refresh all the data. So now what we can do is just select all the records by choosing Control Shift and down arrow. It will select all the records, and then right click and delete table rows. So once you have done this, you can go to publish, and it will ask you to delete 81 rows. So this is another option. You can go ahead, but this one is not feasible when there are thousands of rows. Okay, so it is showing me some kind of error. Just refresh it. Okay, data is refreshed and everything is gone now. And you can verify it. Just go ahead to this party ID. Okay, this is the same. You can just refresh and you can see all the certificates are now gone. So this is one of the option using Excel add-in when you can delete the records, but this is not feasible when there are thousands of records or even more. So the other option, DMF one, is better option. So I am hopeful this is also useful for you when you try to cleanse the data. Before cleansing, you need to delete the records, and you need to organize it in a better way and then re-import. But keep in mind that whenever a primary data based upon which the transactions have been done cannot be deleted, because this is a system consistency for the data, and it does not allow you to delete the data on which there are child records or secondary records or transactions have happened for that primary data. So I am hopeful that this session must be useful for the data consultants and for functional consultants, or maybe for technical as well. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye bye.